Self-publishing is whereby an author publishes their book or any other media without involving an established publisher. If a book is physical, it is referred to as privately print. The author is in charge of every process including the design of the interior and cover, formats, distribution, public relations, price, and marketing. The author may decide to do all these by themselves or include companies that issue these services. Self-publishing is not a new concept. The Joy of Cooking was self-published and printed in 1931. 50 Shades of Grey, a bestseller by E. L. James, was also self-published due to public demand. A while ago, authors had to spend a lot of money self-publishing since they had to purchase so many copies of their title and then find somewhere to store the inventory. Today, the e-book and print-on-demand technology enable authors to print a book or deliver it digitally when an order is placed. Technology has brought a lot of improvement when it comes to books. Some of those advancements include online stores. Now readers can purchase books without physically visiting a bookstore. Tablet computers and e-book readers enable readers to have multiple books on a portable device. Anyone can access global distribution channels through online stores. The print-on-demand technology produces high-quality products. Every book should have an ISBN to uniquely identify its title, unless the author sells it directly to the public. It is advisable to obtain an ISBN and copyright rather than use one that belongs to a vanity press. Each book edition will require a separate ISBN. E-book publishing is the most popular among authors because the e-books can be created without upfront or per-book costs. There are also e-book formats and tools for creating electronic books. Some of the platforms that publish e-books include Smashwords, PublishDrive, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, Blurb, and Papyrus Editor among others. E-book formats include PDF, Mobi, EPUB, and Microsoft Word. Print-on-demand includes printing high-quality books on order. Self-publishing authors consider this method to be economical, instead of printing so many books all at once. Blurb, Amazon, CreateSpace, Lumina Press, and Lulu offer single books printing services at a fair cost, almost the same as the amount charged by publishing companies. Publishing companies used to pay authors a fraction of the sales made from a book. Therefore, they only published books that were more likely to sell. It was tough for upcoming authors to get a contract. This led to the mushrooming of vanity publishers. They would publish any book, but the author had to pay up front. Also, the author did not own the final book version and had no say in its distribution. Self-publishing authors undertake all the activities surrounding the publishing. However, to be referred as self-published, the author does not necessarily have to do all the work by themselves. The author can decide to outsource some of the activities to companies or freelancers. Do you have a great book idea but you do not know where to start? Or perhaps you have begun writing, and you would like to self-publish it, and you have no clue. Well, this book will give you a thorough understanding of all the processes involved in materializing your book. From writing to publishing and marketing it. Before you even finish your rough draft, you need to research extensively on your target market. Establish the genre of your book, whether non-fiction or fiction. Learn the market for that particular genre and your subgenre: self-help, mystery, fantasy, and science fiction. Familiarize yourself with the current trends in that subgenre so that you do not flood a saturated market. Look for what is missing and fill the gap. Take a look at existing books that are similar to yours and try to make yours a bit different. Before you consider anything else, you need to complete a rough draft of your book. You will need to put in hard work and discipline. It is advisable to set a schedule from the beginning and stick to it. Be patient as this process may take months or even years. Try to look for advice from experienced authors even if it is online. In the end, the script may not be perfect but you will know what to do next. Finding an editor is important if you want to create a great book. A professional editor will correct any mistakes in grammar or plot holes. Use the criticism to make your book even better. You can get an experienced content and copy editor on most of the reputable freelancing sites online. This is where you utilize all the correction and criticism you got from fast checkers, readers, and your editor. Aim at creating a perfect final draft. You cannot do everything alone. You may be a great author, but you are not a good editor or designer. Create a team of professionals to help you come up with an excellent book. When you have reviews, the chances of your book selling are higher than when you do not. Find reviewers in the genre you are writing about. Usually, the reviews will appear on the back cover of your book and maybe on retailers' websites. For a reader to pick your book from the shelf, the cover has to be compelling. Find an expert designer to create a cover for you. A great cover should convey the content of the book and convince the reader to pick it. Retail. This involves publishing the final copy to start selling. You can choose between self-publishing and a traditional publisher. If you opt to self-publish, do not overlook design and distribution. Give these two aspects enough consideration. Promotion, marketing, and distribution. Having your book in the market is one thing, ensuring that it sells is another. One secret to selling your book is to have it ordered by a leading distributor like Amazon. You can hire a professional marketer to market your book and also promote you as an author. Keep going. The entire process of writing and publishing a book may be cumbersome, but never give up. Keep going. Having your book out in the market and selling is not easy, but it is doable. Be determined and go through the above steps thoroughly. Do everything right and enjoy the process. The next bestseller might be yours. Most authors love Amazon reviews. Amazon is a major book distributor, and new self-published books have the chance of being reviewed alongside bestsellers. Amazon reviews can validate your book and make you famous or otherwise. Good reviews will drive more buyers to your book, so if you are skeptical about Amazon reviews, don't be. Many people do not understand how Amazon reviews are handled, and this has caused a lot of confusion. Amazon is a big player in the game, and almost every author aims at having positive reviews. Therefore, Amazon has strict regulations to make the reviews as truthful as possible. Amazon began pulling down nepotistic reviews in 2012, and to some authors, this seemed unfair. Moreover, it is not clear what will cause a perceived nepotistic review to be removed. Therefore, the best thing is for reviewers to be honest. If a reviewer has a relationship with an author, they should say it in the review. Amazon seems to appreciate the transparency, and such reviews stand. Inasmuch as Amazon has strict rules and guidelines in place, sometimes enforcement of those rules may seem inconsistent. For example, if a smear campaign is launched against a particular author, Amazon may delete some of the ugly comments and leave others. If you feel directly attacked in any way, it would be best to appeal directly to Amazon in a polite way and be consistent. Never get into an argument with a reviewer in the review section. Do not directly defend your book or yourself. In the case of a negative review, just answer no to the question that reads, "Was this review helpful to you?" Amazon only legitimizes reviews from verified buyers. However, to be a verified buyer, you do not have to buy the book from Amazon. You just have to be honest on where you purchased the book and admit if you got it for free. Some writers get so many reviews from readers who got the book for free. Never shy away from asking for reviews, especially when someone sends a positive note about your book. Also, if you know great reviewers, email them and ask them to review your book on Amazon. Amazon reviews are ideal for marketing, especially if you have a significant number of reviews. While promoting your book, you can include something like, "My book has 75 Amazon reviews." Always quote great reviews in your marketing platforms and websites. For now, there is no question that Amazon is king when it comes to reviews. It is the platform on which authors carefully track their book's success, and it is where readers go when they need great books. Even so, it is not the only place to help you succeed. Of course, reviews are great, but you need to supplement them with other forms of promotion. One last tip: always have multiple buying options for potential readers when you are marketing your book. Finding readers is one thing, but creating a relationship with them is another. So many blogs and marketers will advise you on how to find readers, but very few will give you advice on how you care for them. With a few adjustments to your publishing process, you have a chance to uncover super fans who are passionate readers. Super fans are a crucial part of your writing experience. They spread the word about your work and buy all of your books. They will always be there to pre-order the next book from you and give it an excellent review. Attracting super fans can take minutes, months, or even years. Before you begin to build the ideal environment for super fans, you need to get in their minds and desire to know why they read. It could be for knowledge, pleasure, or both. Anytime you interact with your readers, whether it is at a conference, on social media, or when they are reading your book, they get an insight of who you are. Through these interactions, you may earn their confidence, trust, and admiration, or lose it. Readers tend to protect their limited resources of money, attention, and time. Readers' minds, both subconscious and conscious, are modeled to notice negative and positive inputs and store them on some virtual mental scorecards. These scorecards influence the reader's decisions every passing second. So every high-risk, repulsive, or unsatisfying piece of work is abandoned or ignored. Therefore, readers will always be inclined towards authors who can satisfy their desires. The scores kept in the scorecards are cumulative, meaning that 3 typos in the entire book may not chase a reader away, but typos on each page could. And that will tarnish your name as an author. Below are crucial areas that could make you uncover super fans or chase readers away for good. Cover design. A great cover promises the reader something. It will either convince the reader that the book is what they need or blow them off. Invest in design, symbolism, and imagery by hiring professionals. Most readers do not take homemade covers seriously, but a professionally created cover is appealing and promising. Book description. Your description is very crucial. Those are the first words that a potential reader will read. Most self-published books have the worst book descriptions, characterized by poor sentence casing, typos, and inadequate information. When a reader notices this sloppiness, they get the idea that the book is not worth their time. Author persona. The way you market yourself as an author gives readers an impression of who you are. Carve the best image of yourself both online and offline. Formatting and design. Your ebooks should have a neat, organized, and attractive design. From the font sizes to the paragraph construction, ensure everything is flawless and clean. Writing. Make your book interesting, let it be a page-turner. With every page, stimulate, tease, and hook your readers. Improved back matter. At the end of the book, most authors do not add anything. For them, end of story means end of story. It is always nice to add sections like about the author, other books by this author, and connect with the author. Do not always aim at getting new readers, ensure that you keep the ones that you have. They make part of your marketing team in a way. In your lifetime you will hear someone say they have hundreds of copies of their masterpiece just lying somewhere in the house. They will go on and on about how they could become a millionaire if only they could sell the copies. You do not want to be that someone, and if you don't, you have to market your book seriously. Most self-published writers won't know much pertaining to sales and business. Marketing, unlike writing, requires the author to go out and communicate with potential readers, so that your book can be out there for everyone to see it. Many self-publishers increase their chances of success by thinking about marketing before they write a book. It is important to identify the reason for writing the book and its benefit to your readers. Knowing who your target market is and what they read, will give you a clear goal for writing the book and a clear marketing strategy. Most authors prefer this method of marketing. The main reason being that readers trust book reviews. They are honest, editorial, and not promotional. A majority of readers usually read the reviews before they purchase a book. Aim at getting high honest reviews for your book. It is difficult for self-publishers to predict the level of marketing effort they have to put in to make their books sell. Amazingly, the internet offers a level platform where even upcoming publishers can compete with established publishing companies. It is not easy, you will have to make an effort. However, it is something you cannot afford to relinquish. Online marketing is much cheaper and, if utilized correctly, more productive than the traditional marketing methods. To get the most out of online marketing, ensure that you have your author platform and effectively use of social media to market yourself. There is no definite answer to getting your book on the bestseller list, otherwise, every writer would be at the top. A wise thing would be to learn from other writers' experiences. Look for interviews and know what to do and what to avoid. Always consider book marketing a business. Creating the ultimate marketing skills requires you to define your reason for writing and your target audience. You will then know how to communicate with potential readers effectively. You may find your success by marketing on social media, putting your book on a bookstore shelf, using online traffic keywords, or even peddling your book in presentations and conventions. You can only discover your success by figuring out the perfect way to communicate to your readers. What worked for another author might not work for you. Put yourself in your readers' minds, think like them, and you will know what they want and how you can reach them. Do not end up with piles of your manuscripts lying somewhere gathering dust. Tips to creating best-selling book ideas. Almost everyone can write a book. However, not everyone can write a bestseller. You may write a book to follow your passion or realize a dream, but in the end you want your book to sell. Every author would appreciate a high rank on Amazon. Search engine optimization, SEO. Some people write books based on keywords. Whether you are passionate about writing or not, focusing on saleable terms can get you on top of Google's page. Maybe this is not how you want to write your book, but it has its advantages. If you choose to go with SEO, consider the following. You do not have to deviate from your original book plan, but you will have to adjust it to fit in the trending search or topic. If you write it according to popular topics, keep in mind that speed is of the essence. Use keywords in the book title and subtitle to increase your exposure in search. Make your topic narrower. Do not focus on a vast topic. For example, if you want to write a book about selling or buying your first home, narrow down on specific subjects in the industry and write a series of books. You can write about buying your first home for singles, buying your first home with a domestic partner, and so forth. The idea is to choose a specialized topic that solves a particular problem. Consumers like that. The books do not even have to be long. Also, authors with multiple titles tend to do better on Amazon. When you have identified the keywords in your target market, go to Kindle Store tab on Amazon and type in selling book. Click on any of the suggestions: best-selling books in Kindle Store, top-selling books on Kindle Store, etc. Take a good look at the books that will come up, then click on the customers also bought option. Target books with a low sales rank, about 20,000. Keeping it short and narrow. Long books will always be there, but there is a high demand for shorter, niche books that focus on a specific subject. Do not stop writing long books altogether. For a short book, 10,000 to 17,000 words are acceptable. Avoid filler and fluff words, be clear and precise. Other methods for developing book ideas. A lot of research is applied when writing a book, especially on the book topic and content. In addition, take a look at existing books that are similar to yours in the market. Read their reviews. The negative ones will help you know what is missing and what is needed. Creating a best-selling book idea is not as complicated as it may sound. It basically entails research just like you have been doing. Only now you will research with a specific goal, to find keywords and trending topics. Remember to keep it short and narrow, writing a series of short and precise books. Nonetheless, be careful not to write a very short book that readers see almost all of it in the look inside the book feature on Amazon. They will just window shop and not buy it eventually. Write a compelling author bio. If you are not a household name, you need an outstanding bio. People who visit your book page need 3 things to convince them to buy your book: book description, book reviews, and author bio. The author bio tells your audience that you are the kind of person they should be reading. It is where you establish a connection with them and make them believe in you. A great author bio can boost your sales. You should be able to answer the following questions. What is your book about? If you are writing a contemporary romance novel, for example, your content and personality in the author bio must be different from that of an author writing about taxes and strategies for business owners. Who is your target reader? When you were writing the book, what was in your mind? Figure out what your target audience will be looking for in your author bio and write it. What is the best tone and personality for the author bio? If your book is funny, include that same humor in your bio. Also, you can decide to have the author bio give an insight of the personality of the book. For every sentence you write, ask yourself if it is relevant to the reader. You should know that no one cares that you always dreamed of being a writer. That you have attained your goal is great, but do not include it, unless it is a memoir. Conclusion. Publishing your own ebook has never been a walk in the park, but it has been easier by the availability of services, platforms and tools. With so many options for self-publishers to choose from, authors should be sure to position themselves in such a way to reach a maximum audience. One of the biggest decisions that a self-publisher has to make is which leading retailers such as Barnes & Noble Nook Press, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, Apple iBook Store and Kobo and distributors like BookBaby, Smashwords, Blurb they should work with. Most of these services are non-exclusive, which means that a writer will hold on to publishing rights and can edit, modify, or even remove the book whenever they like. An author can use as many of these services simultaneously as they wish. However, Amazon has introduced KDP Select, which makes this freedom a bit complicated. Even if an author knows their completed book is fantastic and friends have reviewed and liked it, it is still advisable to hire a professional to review it. A copy editor would be suitable in checking for any typos and grammatical errors. Nonetheless, a content editor is recommended in case there are errors in the story arc or inconsistencies. Any writer looking to reach a wider audience should also invest in a professional book cover designer to create a catchy cover. Homemade covers tend to look unprofessionally made, and it may reflect poorly on the author and the book in general. As an author continues to get final proof for their manuscript, they can begin taking the necessary steps to turn it into an ebook. The text has to be formatted so that it resizes and wraps as users toggle between devices or zoom in. The table of contents should be made clickable in a format that is suitable for every reader. All these can take a few hours for authors who choose to go with DIY. Otherwise, they can hire someone to do it for them. Before you upload your file, preview each of the file formats on their respective devices like Kobo, Kindle, Nook. Alternatively, use Kindle Previewer from Amazon and Preview from Nook's Press to preview the files from your desktop. They are both free downloads. From there you can upload your book cover and ebook file. The service will ask you for your basic information like name, address so that they can easily pay you royalties and book metadata. Please subscribe to Financier Pro YouTube channel.